The mad scientists release poisonous smoke in the center of the city. Those who breathed this smoke suffocated and died. To stay alive, people had to go up to the roof and wait for help, and the smoke rose higher and higher. The protagonist of the movie is Ian Nam. He lives with his parents, who did not put him in anything because he didn't achieve anything. But when he was in school, he was a role model. He was smart and was fond of mountain climbing. Now he spends all day on the horizontal bar, showing different tricks. Therefore, everyone considers him a local eccentric, but he has not forgotten his past and carefully stores all his equipment at home. Like his parents, his sister also considers him a lazy loser. Therefore, she often teaches the unlucky brother. In general, typical relatives pointing out how to live and what to do. At the same time, they do not know everything about the life of that person. But Ian Nam is actually not as stupid as his relatives think he is. And compared to relatives, he looks much more educated and well-mannered. The next day, everyone is going to celebrate Mom's 70th birthday at the restaurant chosen by Ian Nam. During the celebration, again everyone around is discussing how it is possible to live like this at his age. Ian Nam is ashamed of his family, from how they all flatter each other and behave uncivilized, but at the same time they teach him. At a party, young Nam meets a girl he used to go rock climbing with. Hye-jo is currently working as the deputy director of this institution. It turns out that Ian Nam asked her out on a date, but was rejected. And now he decides to lie that he works as a director in some company. His family continues to have fun at his mother's birthday. In the meantime, the employees of the institution are already waiting for the guests to leave. The director allows everyone to leave except his deputy. Left alone with her, he asks her to go on a date in a very insistent manner. Meanwhile, we see him and drive a truck into an alleyway and vent some kind of gas. The gas quickly begins to spread through several streets of the city, poisoning people. The guests at the party are about to leave and young Nam's mother starts to collect food from the tables. Ian Nam asks her to stop embarrassing herself and urges her to leave quickly. And at that moment, a real apocalypse was happening on the street. Drivers lose consciousness and cannot drive cars. One of the cars crashes into a gas station. After that, all on fire crashes into a truck carrying gas cylinders. Cars explode, and one gas canister flies straight into the banquet hall. After the gas cylinder broke through the wall, the family begins to run away. And Hye-jo stays to take out the remaining guests with children. Running out into the street, they see how people in a panic run away from something. Seeing the poisonous fog, they understand that they need to get out of there. The only way out of the situation is the same restaurant. Everyone runs inside, but Ian Nam notices that his nephew is not coming and is crying. His mother, the same sister who always teaches Ian Nam, was left in the car. He yells at her to get out of there faster, but she falls and she is covered with gas. Ian Nam runs after her, saves her, and brings her inside. She is injured but alive. Ian Nam and Hye-jo look outside from the window and realize that the smoke is starting to rise up. He yells for everyone to quickly climb to the roof, but no one is going to listen to him. A message comes from the authorities on the phones with instructions to follow to the roof. Only after that they all begin going to. Ian Nam and Hye-jo are the only ones who think of making a stretcher for the victim, and everyone runs to the stairs. But it turns out that the door to the roof is locked, and the director says that he lost the keys. Some people go downstairs to find gas masks, but the director hid them for himself. Although then he still takes them out and gives them to the guy, so that he would go inside the poisonous smoke and find the keys. Ian Nam asks Hye-jo if the door can be opened from the outside and decides to take a risk to save people. He breaks the window and is about to climb onto the roof. Ian Nam prepares the rope and is about to jump, but the parents find out about it and tell him not to do it. But he doesn't listen to them and jumps onto the roof of a nearby building. Almost falling down, he manages to climb onto the roof. Hye-jo takes his carabiner from an old rock climbing hobby and throws it at young Nam along with the chalk. Nam jumps over the abyss again and almost falls down again. Having crawled through the whole building, he nevertheless climbs onto the roof and opens the door. Meanwhile, the government decided to evacuate people from the rooftops. For a long time, the helicopters did not notice our heroes and flew by. But by joining forces and thanks to the ingenuity of Hye-jo, the rescuers noticed them. But rescuers can only evacuate 20 people at a time. Nam and Hye-jo give their seats to the elderly. The father asks to change places with his son, but Nam tells the lifeguard to fly away. Then he apologizes to Hye-jo. After all, because of his family, she could not fly away. They remain waiting for the next helicopter, but they all fly by and prefer groups with a large number of people. In desperation, they decide to leave this rooftop and get across to another skyscraper. Having collected the necessary and put on gas masks, they advance. Meanwhile, relatives are worried about their son. Having reached the next building, they see that the entire roof is already in smoke, and gas masks can only work for 10 minutes. Nam replaces his valve with the only one left and tells the girl to wait for him here, and then he runs away. Hye-jo has to climb even higher and she starts swearing at Nam, thinking that he left her. But Nam returns to her and renews her gas mask. Nam's father cannot wait and asks the taxi driver to take him to his son. His brothers are going with him, and the taxi driver brings them to some guys who are launching a drone. In the meantime, the guys get to the next building and are going to climb onto the neighboring ones. To do this, they build a bridge of ropes and dumbbells, and again almost dying, Nam manages to escape. Having reached the desired roof, they begin to set up mannequins so that the turntables think that there are a lot of people on the roof. But in a nearby building, they notice children, and when the helicopter arrives, they refuse to fly and point them to the children, again sacrificing themselves. An explosion occurs at the gas station, and the gas moves with greater force towards them. Meanwhile, a father sees his son from a drone, and it's starting to show on all the news. The guy and the girl become the heroes of the evening, and everyone is watching them. The whole family in the hospital is watching their brave son and his companion, and the sister whom Nam saved worries about them almost more than anyone else. Almost reaching the highest crane, a huge number of drones fly to them. One of the drones will help them throw the rope. Everyone is watching how the two, working in pairs, have come through such a difficult path. In an attempt to move to a neighboring building, they get stuck. Remaining in a hopeless situation, they cut off the rope, but she detaches from the pipe and they fall down. And now it would seem that they have already died, but the helicopter notices them on the crane and takes them with them. After the rescue, Nam is greeted by all the relatives as a hero, taking back his bad words. Father and mother are proud of their son as never before. Hye-jo pinches the cowardly director in the face to give a clear concept of rejection. Then he talks to his parents. Nam approaches her and gives her the carbine she gave him, but Hye-jo tells him that she will pick him up next time, hinting that this time she agrees to go on a date. At this point it starts to rain, and it will become known that ordinary water neutralizes poisonous smoke. This is where the movie ends. Write in the comments how you like the movie. I remind you that you can help me by liking the video and subscribing to the channel. This is the best support for me. Don't forget to turn on the bell to be the first to watch new videos. See you again.